is the Z1 Extreme handheld good? Is the Asus handheld good? Is it bad? Well, I'm here to answer that question. Hello, I am Cyphaxic, and let's get straight to it. So the Asus ROG Z1 Extreme, damn that's a mouthful, the Z1 Extreme handheld is quite a few years old, and on the used market it's usually around $275 to $325, which is an amazing deal considering the fact that it's more powerful than the Steam Deck LCD. It's got Windows 11, unlike the Steam Deck LCD. It's got more storage, better display, better refresh rate. So why would you pick this over the Steam Deck, might you ask? Well, those reasons, plus there is a couple of other benefits. You see, the Asus ROG Ally Z1 Extreme is rocking a Ryzen Z1 Extreme Core CPU, and this CPU is absolutely amazing. It's rocking 8 cores, 16 threads, and not only that, but the RAM is 16GB, and considering the fact that we're in a RAM crisis, that's bloody good. That's really bloody good. It's also got 500GB of SSD, which isn't too bad, but honestly, it's pretty good for a standard handheld. Not only that, but it also takes an SD card, so you could just get a 1TB SD card, slap it in, and just like that, you got 1.5TB of storage. So there is that as well. So let's go on to the other bit, display. The display is 1080p, 120Hz, which is really good. But honestly, you won't be taking much advantage out of it, considering the fact that, well, the 120Hz part you won't really be using unless you're playing old-fashioned games like Quake 2 or Dusk, which is what I've been doing a lot. But the handheld itself does come with a few issues. Let's talk about the battery. The battery is abysmal, lasting about 1 to 2 hours, which honestly is complete shit compared to other handhelds. I mean, at this point I wouldn't even say it's a handheld due to how low and bad the battery is. Sure, it's good for short bus travels or plane travels or just basic small car travels, but if you're somewhere away, like camping, you will need a power bank, which, getting to the second point, a lot of power banks don't work with this handheld, and I'm not sure if it's just a handheld thing, but I got 2 power banks, one cheap one and one pretty decent one. It's a 50,000 mAh with 65 wattage, so I was assuming that it would work and that I'd be able to play well on charge, but I was severely wrong. It did not play well on charge, and in fact it was actually just really awful because it charged super slow as well, so not exactly the best. So speaking of which, battery lasts 1 to 2 hours, still bad. So yeah, compared to other handhelds which lasts like 2 to 5 hours, or the Steam Deck LCD, wait no, not the Steam Deck LCD, sorry, the Steam Deck OLED, which lasts like 3 to 6 hours, which is amazing, not to mention the fact that it's also an OLED display, so you are getting better display pretty much. Whereas the Steam Deck, not the Steam Deck, sorry, the Asus ROG Z1 Extreme has a LCD display. It might be IPS, I'm gonna put up the typo or wrong thing here. You know, let's just move on to the next bit. So, another thing about this handheld is that even though the price is amazing, it also has Windows 11, which I will get onto later. But even though the price is amazing for the specifications, and well, the battery is a bit bad, but we can get past that with just going for a really expensive power bank, which will increase the battery and will also increase the performance significantly. Let's talk about the issues, because oh boy, there is a lot of issues. Start off with number 1. Sometimes the games just literally just don't play. So there have been times where I've been playing Terraria, Dark Souls, they just won't load up at all. So that is a very big issue, and the fix to that is restarting. Or I would just be patient, wait 2 minutes, and then it would load. I don't know why loading times are horrendous on this handheld. So Issue number 2, there is a keyboard issue, where if you're logging in and you're typing in your password, so some people who like privacy and protection, like me, I put a password on my handheld, and every time I try to type, it just won't work. So what I have to do is I have to put forgot my password, cancel the family notification, and then the keyboard will just randomly work again. I don't know why. It's a bit of a weird one, to be honest. Another issue as well is the mouse issue. Now, when using this handheld, you can use the right side of the controller to use it as a mouse. The joystick would be to move the mouse, the RB would be to have like a click, and the RT would be to highlight stuff, I guess. And the issue with this is, it can be a huge pain in the ass when gaming. So when I've been playing games, there have been times where it's been on keyboard and mouse mode instead of controller. And essentially what this does is, it acts like it's a keyboard and mouse. So it will essentially make the handheld completely unusable when playing that one specific game. And the fix to that is just restarting the handheld, which is weird. So you either shut down or restart the handheld, and voila, works. Which is very annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Another thing as well is, when it does come to this handheld, there have been a few other slight issues, such as just blatantly not working at all when it comes to the controllers not working. But that was when I first originally got it, and I don't know why it was just not functioning at all. It might have been like bad drivers, or just drivers not updating, I'm not sure. So let's get to the final point, which is the Windows feature. Now, having a handheld on Windows can be really crap but really good at the same time, because even though it comes with all these issues that, well, can easily be fixed, there is a bunch of advantages when it comes to this, such as emulation. You are able to emulate Pokemon games, Nintendo games, Mario, you're able to, I was gonna say Nintendo, no, you're able to emulate PlayStation 1 games, original Xbox games, PlayStation 2 games, you're able to emulate Sega games, you're able to do so much with this handheld. You can write documents, you can record, you can video edit on this handheld. It's amazing. And weirdly enough, it's essentially just a mini PC, which is just why it's so amazing. And for the cheap, affordable price of $300, it's really good. Now, one final thing that I do want to end here is it worth it? Yes, if you're okay with the issues and you're able to ignore them. Yes, if you're able to also ignore the battery life. No, if you're out for long periods at a time and you need that battery life so badly, which in that case I would recommend a Steam Deck OLED used. And no, I wouldn't recommend it if you're simply just gaming in the house, because at this point I would just recommend something like a cheap PC or just a really, really cheap laptop you could go for. Like, there are some pretty decent gaming laptops out there for like $200 to $300, which you can get for, like I said previously, but you probably get like meh specs like an RTX 3050. And last thing that I also would like to say is that even though this handheld does come with these issues, I still use it quite a lot, and overall it's just an amazing handheld. The feel's amazing, buttons feel nice, performance is good, it's good enough for me, I'm able to play all my games, and it's just overall a pretty good handheld, other than the fact that there's those issues. Anyways, other than that, have a good day, peace out, and yeah, that's it. Enjoy.